My name is Melanie Putnam, and 10 years ago, I had something really crazy happen to me.
A Milan woman's diagnosed with a rare lung disease, one of just several hundred women with it in the United States.
I was pregnant with my second son, Josiah, and I believe I was about 19 weeks pregnant, and went to the doctor and found out that I was having some breathing trouble. They thought maybe I had asthma, so I ended up going to a pulmonary specialist in Iowa City and found out that I have one of the rarest forms of lung disease called lymphangioliomyomatosis. And it's basically where these smooth muscle cells enter into your lung cavity and basically eat your lung tissue. So there ended up coming a day where I ended up in respiratory failure. I was home with the kids, and what had happened is one of my lungs had collapsed. The boys went and got the neighbor. The neighbor called the police and the ambulance, and they ended up airlifting me to Iowa City. And I lived in the Iowa City Hospital for 3 to 4 months. And basically, I was too sick to go home, so I would either die there, or if God blessed me with a set of lungs that would fit me and my body in time, then I would survive that way. My husband stayed in the room with me for all those months, and the kids were with our family and stuff. And it was just very hard for me as their mom, just wanting to be a mom, and I couldn't do that anymore. The night before I got my transplant, I told my husband that I don't want to wake up tomorrow. I don't want to live this life anymore. The next morning, I just woke up with such a sense of peace, just kind of like the peace that surpasses all understanding that day. It was really cool. It was totally a God moment. So far, I've been doing really well. I'm actually at 7 years, which is way past what they expected for me. And I'm doing pretty well. I have little issues here and there. So I take upwards of 50 to 70 pills every day to suppress my immune system so that my body doesn't realize I have a foreign organ. I do have a form of rejection. My body has now developed antibodies that are recognizing that I do have a foreign organ. So the chemotherapy is to try to suppress those. It's like every day I wake up and I'm like, oh, I'm here another day. That's so awesome, and I feel so happy about it. And now my husband and I do Go Kids. We teach 5th and 6th graders, and I absolutely love it. When I woke up that day in the hospital, and it was quiet and peaceful, and I didn't have that air blowing in my nose anymore, I had such a hope in Jesus, because I knew that now I had the rest of my life, and I had time after that. I take every day to tell my kids and my husband I love them 1,000,000 times a day. And I do everything I can today, because I don't know if I'm gonna have tomorrow. And that includes everything in my life. You know, Go Kids. I make sure that every kid that I come in contact with at Go Kids knows that I love them, and I wanna do everything I can to make an impression on their lives. And everybody should live that way. Nobody is promised tomorrow. Not me, not you, nobody is. I'm so overwhelmed all the time with God's generosity that I still get to be here. And I still get to do the things that I really want to do. My name is Melanie Putnam, and this is my resurrection story.